Good day, Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm for my morning walkabout, and thanks for joining today. I finally got my website up and running, and there's more tweaking that needs to happen with it, but that was my weekend accomplishment. And if you would be so kind, I would love for you to go over there. There's a link in the description, and enjoy my free tea ritual guide that I've created. It's this practice that my wife and I have done now for a little over a decade, and it's one of the things that really keeps us together. Like, not just, in relationship, but on the same page with so many things. It's a time and space for us to connect and talk about life and our many schedules and whatever's going on in varying ways, along with, since we have kids, a way to show them how to respect our own time. And it's really just been great. Now, that will also sign you up for my newsletter. And the first bit of the newsletter is a 4-part origin story, because in these videos there's just not enough time to get to know each other. And so that origin story clues you into a lot more of who I am and some of what I'm up to. Now, when that newsletter subscription gets to 100 people, I'm going to start auctioning off artwork. So if you want to be part of that auction, go over there and sign up for this tea ritual guide, and you will be included in that. Now, all that is part of care. And yesterday while I was working, I got to thinking, do I really care about people? And my immediate answer was yes, of course. And my second answer was well, how can I do that more? Can I actually increase the amount of care that I have for people by even 5%? And now let's just look in here. People have tomato greenhouses. Normally they care for the plants by pruning them, so you have a single vine going up, making it easy to both walk into and harvest from. Now, and in thinking about, how should I offer 5% more care? Because those little increments that, actually make a big difference over time. The tree we got in here, we harvested about 7 pounds of elderberries over the weekend with my wife. Let's see if we can get the float plane in here. There we go, living on an island with float planes. It's kind of fun. Anyway, 7 pounds of elderberries. That'll be a form of care in the cooler months, as we use that to make elderberry syrup and such. Maybe some cordials out of it. Let's see what my wife decides to do. It's generally her field, or my eldest daughter's. And in my men's group last night, the same topic came up as to do people even care anymore? With that notion of how many times does somebody say, "How are you?" and then walk away before you even have time to answer? And just wow, that was so wet right there. Thank you, blueberries. But they'll ask "How are you?" and then walk away before you're even answering. And the notion of "Oh, it's just, something to say," but that's rude to a large degree. If you're going to ask someone how they are, stick around for the answer, right? Basic stuff. And this piece of also what are our cultural expectations around all of this sort of stuff? With the question mark on, as I listen to different stuff about AI and technologies and all that's happening, and the notion that more people are spending time on screens and things like that rather than having actual relationships with people, and how we're needing to learn how to talk to each other again, and that AI is going to actually make this worse to a large degree, with a question mark of every tool has its place, but every tool can be used inappropriately too. And this notion that we need more spaces to be human together. Well, that's exactly why I'm offering this space called Tending. This is a land-based event wherein we do some tending of the earth, but it's super low-key. It's not like a work party where I'm expecting people to accomplish much. But it is a space where, you know, you can sit and be on the earth. You can play with kids or play with each other, you know, touch the ground. Remember that we are these massive ecosystems, both personally, collectively, and with the earth and all the other aspects of the earth. And this notion of creating an eco-psychosocial system wherein the overarching ecology is mixed with our psyche, and as we do that with mindfulness in a given place, it really lands in that system of being. There's a topic I could go on for a long amount of time. I actually have to get on with my work day today, but I want to say thank you to everyone. Wow, the water here is just amazing. Okay, and a thank you for everyone who's following the link in the description to my website, bendingreeds.com, and getting my free tea ritual guide. Again, I hope that helps to add to the sense of connection in your life with yourself, with others. And that's the direction that my business self is going in. Ways of, whether it's through creativity, through connecting with people, through connecting with our ecology, all of it brings forward this notion of these connections reveal possibilities, and by enjoying our creativity, acknowledging our responsibilities, that lets us find freedom, which brings meaning to our lives. So if you like all that, please again visit my website, bendingreeds.com, and pick up my free tea ritual guide. Thanks again so much for watching. Thanks for sharing this video. Thanks for any comments that you have about any of this. I would love to hear from you. And if you subscribe to this channel, that would be super amazing. Have too much fun.